All right, guys, we've got another boatload of fragrance releases that I'm going to talk to you about. There's just a lot on the horizon that are getting revealed little by little. And there's some really great sounding fragrances that I'm going to talk to you about today, and also some maybe not so awesome sounding fragrances. But before I talk about the new fragrances, just wanted to give you guys a heads up that I did announce ScentFest SF recently. If you haven't caught that video, please go catch it. And it's a new fragrance trade show happening here in San Francisco, and it will happen on June 26, 27, and 28. We chose those dates because we have a couple of other events sort of related to fragrances and beauty happening around the same time. And it was something that somehow landed on my lap with the idea, and I kind of ran with it. And we kind of needed one here on the West Coast. Of course, there's Scent Explore on the East Coast, but we are California, and we have our own fragrance and perfume culture here on the West Coast in California. So we are doing a show here. Again, it's June 26, 27, and 28. That comes after the WPC happening in Monterey, and the Business of Beauty Global Forums happening in Napa Valley around the same time. So I have ScentFest SF linked in the info box. If you guys want to register, you can go ahead and register. We have a few VIP tickets available as well. There's also early bird registration happening as well. The production company that's producing the show, I'm not producing it myself. We hired a team. And they've advised us once the early bird is removed for exhibitors and also attendees, we will reveal the brands that have already signed up and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for all that kind of information to be released very soon. And I'll give you guys clues and things like that along the way as well. But it's really exciting that we have our own fragrance trade show happening here in San Francisco on the West Coast of the United States. And I'm happy to share it with you guys as well. So let's get started with the fragrances. Now, I discussed Mugler's Angel Blush recently, and I mentioned in that video, are they going to have an Amen blush? And sure enough, they did announce an Amen blush. And I thought, wow, that sounds, are they going to call it the same thing? And sure enough, they are. They're doing not a flanker, but a men's version of blush, Amen blush, and then they just launched the Angel Blush. I haven't got my nose on the Angel Blush. I'm hearing mixed things. I hear things like it's similar to the pistachio one, the Stellar. Was it Stellar? Yeah, I believe it's it was Stellar that came out last year. It's gone a bit more milky musky, I think is what I've heard. And some people don't like it, some people like it. But I'm also very curious about the Amen blush that I think is on the horizon, but there's no notes revealed for it yet. So I can't really share any imagery, but as soon as I find out more, I'll let you guys know. But Amen Blush is coming, and it's coming just a little after Angel Blush. But just like they did it last year, they announced Angel Stellar, and then I think a month or so after, they announced Amen Stellar. So let's move on to the second fragrance. Essential Parfums has a new fragrance. It's called Osmanthus Absolu, and I think this is a Skins collaboration. It's a retailer in Europe. I've been to their stores in the Netherlands and also in Belgium. So it's a niche perfume shop. So I think this is a collaboration with their store. Maybe it's exclusive, maybe it's a limited time exclusivity, who knows? But it's created by Matieu Nardin, and this fragrance features notes of osmanthus, black tea, jasmine, leather, cedar, vanilla, cypriol, bergamot, cardamom, and peach. So Matieu Nardin does some great boozy fragrances, and also he does great tea focused fragrances. So this one actually sounds pretty exciting to me. I want to get my nose on it, but it is going to be exclusive for a little while. I don't have 100% full details on it, but when you look at the label, it does say Skins. It's Essential Parfums X Skins, and again, Skins is a retailer in Netherlands and Belgium for niche perfumery. So the next fragrance sounds really exciting to me. I hope it's a good one because I enjoy this brand, but some of the extracts have not been my favorites. Most importantly, the most popular from the house in the extracts, the Hibiscus Mahajat, I don't care for. And then I also do not care for the Ambre Chromatique. But I love the Patchouli and really love the Tuberose, and they have a new one called Musk NURASANA, and I'm excited to get my nose on this. I don't know if I have the info on the perfumer, but definitely excited to put my nose on it. It's musk, fir balsam, bergamot, ginger, frankincense, tonka, cistus labdanum, damask rose, cardamom, and mate. Really can't wait for this one. Is it Quentin Biche or is it Jordi Fernandez or somebody completely new? We shall see. But going back to Maison Crivelli, they haven't launched a single eau de parfum fragrance in a long time. I think the last one they launched was Neroli Nasimba, but I haven't seen one in their regular lineup of fragrances for a long time. And this is another extract that goes into the extracts collection. So we shall see what they do with this one, but really curious to get my nose on Musk NURASANA because I love musky fragrances, and let's see what they've done with this one. Let's move on to the House of Chopard next. They have a new Malaki fragrance, so I think this was missing in the collection. I actually have done a whole video on the entire collection of Malaki fragrances, everything that was still selling, and this is Tobacco Malaki. So it's tobacco, oud, cedar, bergamot, saffron, amber, patchouli, gaiac wood, cistus labdanum. Big fan of tobacco, and I'm curious to see what they've done with this one. Most likely it's gone back to like taking it to the Middle Eastern direction of fragrances like the whole entire collection is. So I'm curious to see what they've done with this Tobacco Malaki as well. I like some of the fragrances. What do you guys think? And if you want to catch my video on the overview of the Malaki fragrances from Chopard, definitely search the channel so you can check out my thoughts on the collection. Well, let's move on to the House of Chanel. They have a new eau de toilette of their most famous, one of the world's most famous fragrances, number 5. It's Chanel number 5 in eau de toilette, and it features notes of floral bouquet, aldehydes, sandalwood, and vetiver. And I really like this bottle that it comes in. It's kind of like a mini less exclusives collection bottle, so kind of minimalistic like Chanel always does, clear, no label, and I just want one of those just for the bottle itself. Obviously it's a feminine offering, but it's Chanel number 5. It's not my favorite fragrance of all time, but I definitely respect it. I think this one's already on the market and selling. And let me know if you've already gotten your bottle. What do you think about it? Do add a comment below. All right, we've got a new Shalimar Millesime coming soon. So this is a Millesime. This is the 4th? No, this is the 5th Millesime fragrance. And this time they're focusing on the rose in Shalimar. And yeah, excited for this one. I think it comes out in April. And I can't wait to get my nose on it and report on it to you guys. This does feature Turkish rose, rose Absolu, rose Centifolia, bergamot, iris, jasmine, vanilla, apopanax, sandalwood, vetiver, toffee, and almonds. Is it going into a rose gourmand direction? It's kind of sounding like it. Almonds, toffee, you know, apopanax, vanilla. But we shall see. It's got 3 varieties of rose. So it's going to be a rose bomb, more into the warmer, ambery, a slightly gourmand direction. Are you fans of the Millesime collections? Did you enjoy Shalimar Lessons? Let me know. Add a comment below. But let's move on to the next fragrance. It's from the House of Fleur, and it's Honey Moon. Not as in a honeymoon that you take when you get married, but honey and moon together. Most likely it's a honey-focused fragrance, and it features honey, but along with honey, you've got mandarin, lavender, orange blossom, and the honey note is manuka honey, saffron, tonka, vanilla beans, and sandalwood. Who's a fan of the House of Fleur? Cherry Stem is still my favorite from this house. I'm curious to get my nose on Honey Moon. They do make some fun fragrances, I think, and definitely deserving of you know, getting my nose on this new release from the House of Fleur. But MFK is also launching a new flanker to their fragrance from last year called Kirky in an eau parfumée concentration, or style, I should say, because it's alcohol-free, meaning no alcohol. You can spritz it all over your hair. And this is also a Bloomingdale's exclusive for the time being. I think it's launching as a Bloomingdale's exclusive. So we've got Gourmand Musky Accord and Tutti Frutti Accord. You know, I never bought a bottle of Kirky. Is it worth it? I haven't really clicked with it. I thought it was just okay. But what do you guys think? And I'll most likely skip the Eau Parfumée version as well, because I don't usually wear alcohol-free fragrances. But maybe it's time for me to pick up a bottle of Kirky. Let me know your thoughts. But we've got a new fragrance from the House of Penhaligon's. It's called London Dandy. So is this a flanker of the Dandy, or is it a brand spanking new fragrance? I can't figure it out. If anybody knows, let us know. Add a comment below. The notes are somewhat similar. The perfumer is the same, but there's some differences between the notes for the Dandy and a London Dandy? Let me know. Add a comment below. But this is Fabrice Pellegrin, featuring notes of cedar, oak, cedrat, whiskey, ambrox, bergamot, clearwood, patchouli, raspberry. Now, I got to sample the Dandy, really enjoyed it. I never bought it. I should own it because it's a great boozy offering. Now we've got this new one, a London Dandy. Am I gonna need to get this, or should I have picked up the Dandy before? Anyway, I'm on my way to London on in April, early April, so I'll check it out and find out all the details over there. But once again, Penhaligon's has a new offering. It's a little confusing if it's a flanker of the original or is it a replacement of the original. We'll find out in a report back to you guys as soon as I can. All right, this one came as a surprise for me, but it's definitely something that probably should have happened a long time ago. A new intense version of Parfums de Nicolai's Fig Tea. So there's a lot of intense versions in the Parfums de Nicolai catalog of fragrances. Some of them do have their original, some of them only as intense. And I think it was time that Fig Tea launched as an intense, because I think it's one of their most popular offerings. People tend to really enjoy this one. It's fig, osmanthus, davana, peaches, mandarin, oak moss, gaiac wood, amber, mate, jasmine, rosewood, and citruses. I think that Fig Tea, the original in Eau de Toilette, is a really nice, fruity, cozy tea fragrance. But I think it needed some depth. Let's see what they've done with the intense version. It seems like it's been amped up and maybe made a bit more fruity. The feature of Davana is also really, really awesome. I really enjoy this note, and it's featured here in this fragrance. So I'm very curious to check out Fig Tea Intense and see what they've done with it. If you've gotten your nose on this one already, let us know. Do add a comment below. All the fragrances that I'm talking about today, let me know if you've sampled anything. Let's move on to the House of Balmain. This is Rose de Soie. I think that's how you say it. And it's a new fragrance from the House of Balmain. And I don't know, the fragrances haven't really caught on from this house. Have they? Are you fans? Do let me know. Do add a comment below. But Rose de Soie has notes of musk, orange blossom, pink pepper, roasted tonka beans, rose, and rose water. So it's a musky rose fragrance. Rose water, rose, the pink pepper. Yeah, I'm curious to get my nose on it. There's some good ones in the collection of Balmain's higher end, series of fragrances. Well, let's move on to the House of Amouage. We've got Love Hibiscus, a new fragrance created by Jerome Epinette. I think this is the first Jerome Epinette creation for Amouage. I haven't seen his name come up before. Does anybody know? But Hibiscus, or Love Hibiscus, features notes of hibiscus, orris, frankincense, sandalwood, vanilla, salted caramel, passion fruit, and bergamot. You know, I personally love hibiscus, and I love drinking hibiscus tea, whether it's cold or warm, more cold. And I was never a fan of the hibiscus mahajad from Maison Crivelli. Let's see what Amouage does with hibiscus. And the fact that Jerome Epinette is known for a lot of the Byredo fragrances, I'm curious to see what they've done with this one. If you've gotten your nose on it already, let us know. Add a comment below. Let's move on to the fragrance from Oman Luxury. It's called Homage 1744. And it's a fragrance created by Teo Belmas. Is that how you say his name? It's oud, incense, cashmeran, amber, white flowers, patchouli, ambroxan, raspberry, bergamot, pomelo, lemons. There are a few fragrances I really enjoy from Oman Luxury. Most importantly, Royal Incense. I absolutely love that fragrance. The combination of the incense with the honey is a match made in heaven, also because it creates a rosy accord of some kind. I love that fragrance. So I'm curious to see this one. They already have a few oud-focused fragrances. Several of them are created by Dominique Ropian, and they're not my favorites from the house, unfortunately. But I'm always curious to see what they've done with the Homage 1744. But let's move on to the House of Penhaligon's once again, and they have another new fragrance called Bold Blend. I think it's just called Bold Blend. This is part of that Potions and Remedies collection. Is that what it's called? I've forgotten the name. I only have one of them. I really love it. It's the Osmanthus one, a very fresh fragrance. But Bold Blend is featuring peppermint, black pepper, clary sage, violet leaves, palo santo, cypress, and cypriol. We'll see what it's all about. Mint is a little bit challenging. There's a few mint fragrances I really enjoy, like You Are Someone Like You from Etat Libre d'Orange, Beach Hut Man, really love it. Very, very unique and original smell. But even Eau de Minte from Diptyque is also really, really great. But to me, it's a bit more the mint is kind of like not really minty. It's like made into more like an herb like lavender and geranium in there. So, but I enjoy those mint fragrances. And let's see what they've done with Bold Blend. And then we've got a new one from Rocha called Eau de Rocha Pomelo Passion. So this is in the series of colorful bottles that are citrus focused, and a couple of them are really, really awesome. I'm curious to see what Pomelo Passion smells like, and I'll be traveling to France as well on this same trip, so I will check out as many fragrances as I can and bring back as much as I can as well. And if I can get a great deal on this one, I'll sure to bring it back, because I have the first three. Now this is the fourth one, and this Pomelo Passion features notes of grapefruit, orange, passion fruit, geranium, peony, rose, amber, pink musk. Let's see what they've done with this. But the next fragrance sounds really interesting. It's Juliette Hazegun's Banana Rush, and it features notes of bananas, maple syrup, coconut, vanilla, sandalwood, frangipani. Tropical, fruity, sweet, syrupy, very, very interesting combo. It seems like a tropical, sweet, syrupy gourmand. What do you guys think? But the maple syrup sounds like it's going to be very heavy. Maple syrup with bananas sounds like breakfast. Pancake. Only thing that's missing is the pancake batter. But let's move on to the house of Byredo. We've got an Absolu edition of Black Saffron, one of my favorite fragrances from the house. It's created by Jerome Epinay once again. It's black leather, incense, black currant, nutmeg, pepper, saffron, oud, patchouli, osmanthus, purple orchid, raspberry, and rose absolute. This one sounds so different than the original black saffron. Black saffron to me is leather, like Tuscan leather, with the fruitiness of the raspberry. Very simplistic. This one sounds pretty intense and totally changed up from what the original black saffron smells like. And also, what do you guys think of the Absolus of this house? Are any of them really great? The only one I have is Blanche in the Absolu. I felt like they were fairly similar, not too different, but this black saffron Absolu does sound like it's changed up a bit. If you've got your nose on it, let us know. Do add a comment below. Let's move on to the house of Carolina Herrera. It's 212 Men in the Parfum concentration, a brand new fragrance, and it's created by the perfumers Alberto Moria, Anne Ayo, and Fabrice Pellegrin. It features notes of benzoin, incense, woods, vanilla, gardenia, violet leaves, orris, lavender, cardamom, and ginger. I actually just picked up a bottle of the 212 Men. I hadn't owned it for a long time. I just picked up a new bottle like last year or the year before. It's a freshie. This new version sounds like it's really beefed up and made really, really highly concentrated. Let's see what they've done with it. It doesn't sound like it's the same. It's gotten definitely into more of a, like, it's gone into like an amber resinous direction. So we shall see what they've done with it. I'm definitely curious to check it out. But we've got just a few more fragrances left. We've got two new ones from the house of Boho Boko. The first one is Mango Yuzu Gasoline. They have come up with some really creative ways to combine ordinary things with some kind of more fragrance forward kind of ingredients. Like gasoline is becoming a bit trendy in fragrances. Usually it pops up every once in a while, but not with mango or yuzu. So we'll see what this one's all about, but it features notes of ambergris, cedarwood, fuel, incense, leather, moss, suede, vetiver, mango, iris, jasmine tea, lily of the valley, black currant, calamondin, mandarin orange, mango, pineapple, and yuzu. Lots going on. Seems like it's going to be fresh and intense. Very fresh and fruity up top, getting deeper and deeper as it's settling. Does this one sound good to you guys? Let me know, add a comment below. And the next one is called Plum Spray Paint. Now this one sounds really, really great to me. I really enjoy plum in fragrances, and I've started to enjoy it more and more throughout the years as I discover more plum fragrances. So this one is the one that's really doing it for me. It features notes of labdanum, leather, patchouli, smoke, whiskey, saffron, magnolia, red fruits, rum, jasmine, spray paint, cinnamon, pink pepper, and of course plums. That one sounds really yummy. I can't wait to get my nose on this one. Really, really anxious to see what they've done. But let me know if you guys have gotten your noses on any of the fragrances I've spoken about. And last but not least, we've got a new fragrance from the house of Initio Parfums called Sugar Blast. I don't have the entire details on it. I don't think it's officially announced, but there's notes of sugar, vanilla, and tonka potentially in this new Initio fragrance. But Lift Me Up, really, really love Lift Me Up. I think I'm going to do a full review of Lift Me Up for you guys soon. Stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll combine it with the entire white bottle collection, because I seem to really favor those fragrances more than the dark bottle collection fragrances. But then Sugar Blast also sounds fun for me. Kind of vanillic gourmand with sugar. We'll see. But that's all I have for you guys today. 21 fragrances, 21 brand new fragrances. In regards to Sugar Blast and Amen Blush, if I get more information on those two fragrances, I'll be sure to include them in a future video like this because I don't have too many details on them. But let me know what you're most excited about with this drop of new fragrances, and if you've gotten your nose on any of them. And also don't forget to go check out ScentFest SF, a new fragrance festival happening here in San Francisco on June 26, 27, and 28. It's a it's a B2C show with some B2B hours as well. And don't forget, we have early bird registration and ticketing, attendees ticketing, and also exhibitor ticketing. There's some early bird pricing. And then last but not least, there's also some VIP pricing, but the VIP ticketing, I should say, the VIP tickets are really running out really fast. So make sure you take advantage of those. But thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. If you have any questions or comments, list below. Please like the video, please share it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.